Hi everybody, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct and welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, we're going to give you a quick review of the Pride Mobility Jazzy Air 2, which is a full-size power wheelchair, and its most notable feature is its ability to elevate a total of 12 inches. And this could be particularly useful if you need to reach the cookie jar that's up in the high cabinets, if you know what I mean. Now, before we get started, I do need to talk about a few things. Like always, I want to mention, if you want a copy of our product catalog, it's free. It has discount codes and our latest products in there. Go ahead and visit our website, mobilitydirect.com. Click on the green button at the top of every page that says free catalog. Fill out the simple form that appears on the screen, and you'll get one in the mail within 1 to 2 weeks tops. You could also just click right there at the top right-hand corner of the screen where it says Get Free Catalog, and that'll take you to the form directly. Or call our non-commissioned sales experts with the phone number at the bottom of the screen. They'll help you take your mailing address down and process a request for you. They'd also love to answer any questions that you might have about our products. Again, they're non-commissioned, and they're here to just help. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into things. We have, again, the Jazzy Air 2 by Pride Mobility. Now, Pride Mobility is known for being one of the most popular name brands, the most trusted name brands out there for creating power chairs. The Jazzy is a very familiar name. It's been around for over 50 years. They make dependable, high-quality products, and there's tons of different Jazzy models out there. But again, the Jazzy Air 2 is popular because of its ability to elevate up 12 inches. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of the specs. I'm gonna throw this sheet on the screen for just a moment as well, so you can feel free to pause, go back at any time to review the specifications. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section below. We will reply and answer any questions in our comment section within 1 business day. So the weight capacity of the Jazzy Air 2 is 300 pounds. It's got a maximum speed of 4 miles per hour. The ground clearance is 1 inch, and the turning radius is 24.25 inches. That's a really tight turning radius for something that would be considered a kind of hybrid front wheel, mid-wheel drive power chair. It's got a pretty long base, and we'll go over that as well. The length is 42 inches. The width is 23.25 inches. So keep that in mind if you need to measure out your trunk space to see if it'll fit in your trunk or on your vehicle lift if you have one. Now, the drive wheels are 10 inches. The casters are 6 inches. It does have active track suspension. Travel range is up to 16.6 miles at a 220-pound load or 15 miles at a 300-pound load. Of course, that all depends on the terrain. If you're on inclines or grass, that obviously is going to impact that travel range. Now, this comes with 2 batteries in there that weigh 32 pounds. Completely assembled without the batteries, it's going to weigh 202 pounds. It has a mid-wheel drive setup and automatic brakes, just like all power wheelchairs that we carry. And again, it comes with 2 12-volt sealed lead-acid batteries that are rated at 35 amp hours, also known as U1 batteries. It comes with a 5 amp 24-volt charger. It's a smart charger. It does have freewheel mode, and its maximum rated slope, which is basically the incline ability that it has, is rated at 6 degrees. For safety, they have to report a 6-degree minimum. However, we have had some testing done and customers done where it shows 6 degrees and it can actually handle a little bit more, depending on the load, of course. And that's going to pretty much cover everything as far as the specifications. Now, if you do want to learn more about specs that we didn't cover, just like I said, give us a call or leave a comment below. So let's go ahead and just kind of look at this thing. It's pretty. I mean, it's got the candy apple red shroud. You've got a bunch of different color options. I know we have a blue and a black, and you have a bunch of options, which you can visit on our website. Just click at the link in the description that says View Product Info. It'll take you right to our site. We offer them for sale tax-free. Shipping is free. Again, that's mobilitydirect.com. So I'm going to go ahead and lower it here so we could talk about some of the features. So there's a little switch on the left side. You can, of course, switch that to the right side. The joystick and this switch can come off very easily, and you could switch it from the left to the right. Now, if you hit this button, it's going to automatically lower it all the way. And as you may have guessed, while it's in the lowered position, that switch will do the opposite and bring it all the way up. Now, if you prefer to manually control the height, It does come with a seatbelt, by the way, so I'm going to go ahead and get in it. It does have a flip-up foot plate. I have a size 12 shoe. That's a US size there, and I feel pretty comfortable. So once I'm in and I get buckled up, safety first, this switch, again, if you just tap it really quick, it's like a pressure switch here, so you can't really leave it in that position. You can only press it down slightly, and then it comes back up with like a spring. So now that I've tapped it, it's going up all the way, 12 inches, and I could reach up pretty high and get stuff out of our cabinets that are up high in the back of the shop. I've tested it. My mom uses one. She's able to get the cookie jar from the top shelf that her husband puts up there to hide from her. No problem. Okay, now I'm not telling you should use this chair for that reason, but there's a lot of different reasons why people use these elevating chairs. It's also just nice to be able to talk to someone at eye level, whereas most users that are in a wheelchair are much lower than the person they're speaking to if they're not a wheelchair user. So there's a bunch of benefits to that. So that's the left side here. Again, we just set it up that way. On the right side, I'm going to show you the joystick, which, by the way, I'm able to operate this at full speed with the chair elevated. Some other models don't allow you to do that, which is a nice feature to mention. So we have a standard joystick here. We still have the tags on it. This is a brand new unit. We have another switch on the right side right here, and that's to turn the lights on. So it does have an LED light kit, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's not the most powerful light kit out there, I'm going to be honest with you, but it does let people know you're coming if you're in the dark. Makes you a little more visible. So here we have a standard Carrot joystick controller, and if you're not familiar with how those work, we have videos on that, but you've got your counterclockwise and clockwise rotation by swinging left or right, and then of course you can crawl forward, crawl backwards, going forward and back with this joystick controller. I also like to mention that even though it's in the top speed, which is 4 miles per hour, if I just lightly push on the joystick, it's going to respond to how light I'm touching it, and it's not going to go the full speed. So it's a pressure sensitive throttle joystick system. So again, you can control the top speed with this left and right maximum speed. It's kind of like a speed control system there. And then we also have a horn buzzer button. Pretty decent sound to it compared to most models, and the power button. Just above the power button, you've got your battery LEDs. So it's fully charged right now. As I begin to use it, the green lights are going to turn off one at a time, and then the yellow lights, and then the red. So you can keep a close eye on your battery charge state as you start to use it. Now, personally, I've used chairs like these to go to theme parks all day long. The batteries last a really long time. All right, now I'm going to talk to you about one other feature on the joystick that I'm going to demonstrate first before we come up close and show you how to do it. So instead of using the automatic switch to raise and lower yourself 12 inches, I can actually control it manually and stop, say, halfway at about 6 inches. I'm just guesstimating, I'm maybe at 6 inches. Kind of familiar with the duration of time it takes to go up and down, and I stopped at about halfway. Now I'm going back up. So you can kind of independently or manually control your elevation with this method on the joystick of lowering and raising the chair instead of using the switch, which is like the automatic version. So let me show you how that's done. Pretty easy. My joystick is powered on, the unit's on, and I just need to hit one of these two buttons. Doesn't matter which one you hit. Could be this one or this one. They both do the same thing. You can kind of see the light for the speed indicator has turned off, and now you have these two lights on. That's letting you know that, hey, it's ready to go. Just use the joystick. Go back to go up or forward to go down. And that's how you manually control the height. So you can see I'm kind of raising myself up. We're going to back away with the camera to kind of show you from afar what it looks like, but you get the picture. Manual control versus automatic control. It's up to you. You've got options. Speaking of options, you do have the option to get an 18-inch wide seat, a 20-inch wide seat, and every other option as far as the customizations of the seat will be listed on our website. Again, click on the link in the description below. You can see full specs, get pricing, and as far as the comfort adjustment features, I do want to point out that you have flip-up armrests, okay? So these will flip up out of the way if you need to dismount from another chair or a bed. It's going to make it a lot more convenient to do so with the armrests out of the way. I'm also going to point out that we do have on the back of the chair height adjustment set screws. So I'm going to rotate the chair for you. Right there, is a hidden set screw. You will be able to loosen that up with the Allen key that's provided with your chair when it arrives, and you can raise the height of the armrests up and then tighten that up to set it into the position that you want it in. Aside from that, you've got the ability to flip these up, and you can control the width or the distance between each armrest by simply loosening up these knobs right here, pulling out this adjustment pin or securement pin, and then slide the armrest out. So if you want to go wider, you can pull it out pretty far. You've got a bunch of different holes here in the sleeve and the rail system to choose from. Tighten it back up and you're good to go. Something else that they thought of is a universal 1-inch hitch receiver. So if you need a shopping basket, an oxygen tank holder, a walker carrier holder, or a crutch holder, there's tons of universal accessories that work with this universal hitch receiver. On the back here, you can see the lights are on as well. So these are actually lights right here, and then you've got a reflector sticker down here. Pretty nice design overall. What's also nice about it is that you've got these little hand screws right there. So if you need to access the controller, this is really for technicians, but I can appreciate this being that I've done some repairs. I am technically considered a technician, and I love it when a product's easy to use. You don't have to show up with too many tools. You can get down in here and see what's going on. You can also take off the front cover. So with the back panel removed, you could just slide forward on the front panel and it literally just comes right off. There's really nothing to it. Just have to rotate it out of the way. We've got these little hand screws now that are exposed after taking off the front cover and the back cover. And these are the body panels that are used to access your batteries. So your batteries are right here. I'm going to turn it around really quick too and show you the controller in the front. So with your controller right there, I can raise up the seat after it goes through its automatic sequence to go all the way down. So now with the seat raised up out of the way, which takes a few moments, you can see that the controller is really easy to access. It's right here. And I could see all the plugs here in the back, neatly labeled with all the part numbers. And that's one thing I love about Pride Mobility, is that they are very meticulous when it comes to labeling all of their wires, their parts. So it's easy to get part numbers, serial numbers. Ordering parts when you need them from Pride Mobility is such a smooth process compared to other manufacturers, and that's one of the reasons why I love recommending their products. So I'm going to begin putting this thing back together. If you have a Jazzy Air 2, I'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you like about it, what you don't like about it, you know, pros and cons, so that our audience members can see firsthand what the feedback is from actual customers. Also, remember folks, any questions that you have that I'm not covering, just go to the comment section, post your question in the form of a comment. We will reply to you. So I'm just sliding this body panel back on, which, you know, it takes a little bit of getting used to. You basically have to line it up on the front. Once you have the hooks in, you just kind of slide forward and it clicks into place. Now, before I put the back panel on, I do want to point out you've got a circuit breaker reset button right there. So if you do get hung up on inclines or you're exceeding the maximum weight capacity, to protect itself and parts from burning out like a motor if it's being overworked, this circuit breaker will pop if it notices unusually high spikes in amp draw or voltage consumption. So that's going to be a safety feature. It's going to prevent you from having to spend money on a replacement motor. So it's a pretty robust product, built really well. Engineering behind this product is, in my opinion, top-notch. We've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of the team members over at Pride Mobility that are responsible for designing their products, and they are very, very knowledgeable product-level engineers that really take the time to think about everything. So I'm going to put this back together, and we'll keep talking about it. Now, something else that's pretty neat is right underneath the front part of the seat, there's a little fold-out kind of storage compartment that would be enough to like put a wallet in, maybe your cell phone, a pen, your keys. So that's pretty neat. Of course, you could get other accessories that will allow you to store things as well. Now, the charger works really easily. This is the OEM charger. You should always use an original charger. It comes with a power block here that has two lights. One to let you know it's powered up and working, and then two is the charge state. So it's either going to be green when it's fully charged or yellow when it's charging. So to plug it in, you plug one end into the wall, and the other end is a 3-pin XLR connector. It's kind of like a barrel style connector with 3 pins. The charging port's there, it has 3 holes, and you just match up the orientation of the pins in the holes, plug it in, and you wait for that light to turn green. It's that easy. Now, I did mention it has automatic brakes. Down here are the brake control levers. It does have 2 motors. Each has its own brake system. So to turn the automatic brakes off, you push these 2 yellow levers and put the drive system into neutral mode. So now I can actually push the unit manually, and that's good to have in case your batteries die and you need to move it around manually. Otherwise, the brakes are always locked in and you can only control it with the joystick when it's powered on. But if you try to turn it on with the brakes in the neutral position, it's gonna just not work, and the joystick's blinking right now. The good thing is the user manual has a troubleshooting section, and it tells you what all of those different blink codes and flash codes mean. But most of the time it's something simple like the brakes being turned off. You also can't use it while it's being charged, so keep that in mind. All right, folks, well, we've covered a lot of the chair. I mean, the only other thing that we haven't really talked about is that there is a little recline lever on the right side of the chair, kind of like an automobile. It does recline back, semi-recline back, not all the way for safety purposes. They're not really able to offer a full recline, but overall, the chair itself is super comfortable. This is an upgraded 20-inch wide seat, and you can say it's a high quality overall material and seat assembly. You can see the 2-tone stitching, different kind of patterns on the material. It is a moisture wicking kind of faux leather. Super comfortable for all day use. Now, we do carry many other power wheelchairs made by Pride and by other top-level manufacturing companies. We don't really carry those brands that are not going to provide our customers with the support they deserve down the road. So we have a limited selection, but the good thing is that we only work with the top brands, like the ones you see behind us here. We've got another model by Pride, which is a very portable chair known as the Go Chair. It comes apart into 5 lightweight pieces. We've got a folding model here by Will and a standard full-size model by Will. These are the only 2 that I know about which offer Bluetooth assistant control, meaning you can actually remote control drive this unit using a digital joystick on a phone application. It's pretty awesome, and they're very comfortable. We also have chairs made by Golden Technology, which in my opinion is another top brand just like Pride Mobility. They've been in business for well over 50 years as well, making high quality products for a long time. This is one of their lightest travel friendly models. So keep us in mind, folks, if you're looking for a power chair, a scooter, or a lift chair recliner, or parts, we want to work with you. We are non-commissioned. We don't charge sales tax. Shipping is free on almost every single item, so give us a call. We'd love to work with you. Again, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct. You just reviewed the Pride Mobility Jazzy Air 2 Power Wheelchair. Stay tuned for our next video, guys. Have a great day. Take it